Every year you are competing against 30,000 new products that are launching out into the marketplace. If you're building products, if you're building services, you're trying to create a business, whether it's part-time or full-time, you're competing against 30,000 new products every single year. That doesn't count products that were already in the marketplace, that have accomplished grabbing market share, that have customers. I'm talking about 30,000 new entrants into the marketplace to compete for the hard-earned money of customers that you're after as well. The thing about those 30,000 is 95% of those products are likely to fail. Now, a lot of the reason that we talk about products failing is because of a lack of funding. Maybe it's a high growth startup and you need to hire engineers to build your software for you. So funding is often talked about as a reason that products might fail. But in my opinion, that's not the biggest or the most common reason that products fail. The reason most products fail is because the founders, like you, who are excited about what they're doing, are skipping steps along the way and rushing to market with their product. One of the problems that causes is a lack of product market fit. And so when you have product market fit, you understand the pain points that your prospects or customers are going through, and your product definitely solves those pain points that they have. Whether or not they buy your product is a variety of other factors. Your pricing compared to your value, your pricing compared to your competitors and their value, and all those things. But a lot of this 95% of failures, a lot of this happens because of lack of product market fit, because founders rush ahead, get overly excited, and start thinking about all the money they think they're going to make, and then they push a product out into the market. It doesn't have product market fit. Prospects and customers that are looking at it maybe are interested, but it doesn't solve the pain point the way they wanted, or it's not affordable enough. All these things can occur. When you go through the right process, you leverage what I call the bookends of building a product. So imagine books standing up on a bookshelf. In order for them to do that without falling over, they need bookends, weights or things that help them stay standing up. The first bookend of a product is when you're going through ideation and validation of that product. You're thinking about what you want to build. You're looking at the options of what you want to build and how you can build it, how you can solve that pain point. And then you're validating demand for that product with the market. Before you even build it, you should be doing this. You're validating that customers are willing to pay you their hard-earned money to solve that pain point. Doesn't do you any good to build a product if people aren't willing to spend their own money to solve the pain that they have. So you're ideating, you're validating, you're researching competitors, you're understanding where they compete in the marketplace. You're understanding how they price their products. You're understanding the value they bring to the table. That's the very first bookend. In the middle, you go off and you build your product. You take all the things that you learned in the first bookend and you go and build your product in such a way so that when it hits the market, people are interested in it. You're not building a huge product. You're building just enough to satisfy the pain point to get an order. We call that version 1 or V1. On the second bookend, on the right, that's helping hold up the books from falling this direction, is your go-to-market strategies. These are your marketing funnels that you're using to take people from the awareness phase to the consideration phase to the decision phase. You're using good pricing strategies. One of the things I see founders do is they'll often use a pricing strategy that their competitors don't use, and so they're standing out, sometimes in a bad way, because you're pricing your product in a way at which people don't understand. We did this with my very first startup, Go Grab Lunch. In 2010, when we launched that, most restaurants that were paying for customers were not used to a success fee. They were used to just a flat advertising fee to be listed on a website. We thought we were helping them because we were telling them, look, only pay us if we send you actual business, not just to have your name listed. You would think that makes sense to them, but it was a pricing model they didn't understand and that our competitors weren't using, so it threw them off. There was too much educational cost to get them interested. So if you want to avoid being part of the 95% of failure of new products, if you want to be able to compete well out in the marketplace and win market share, earn revenue, make money, you have to use the bookends appropriately. So my advice to you is when you're thinking about a product, if you're building one today, slow down a little bit. I know it's easy to get excited, but slow down, go through the right steps. Now, how do you know what the right steps are? Well, what I have done is taking my experience of building over $300 million worth of product launches, and I have put that all into one resource called Go to Market Made Easy. It's your roadmap for customer acquisition. I literally walk you through the entire process I use whenever I'm launching a new product. I even use this process for this resource, did the ideation, did the validation with potential customers, did all the competitor research to figure out how I could make my resource better. So I'm announcing that I've published or getting ready to publish a new book called Go to Market Made Easy, Your Roadmap to Customer Acquisition. It's currently for sale for pre-order on Amazon. I'll put a link in the video, but I literally walk you through it, the entire process I use, and some of the things I've talked about today in taking a product to market, leveraging those bookends. I walk you through the process of ideation, validation, ways in which you can do that. I walk you through go-to-market functions. I talk about building communities around products, all of these different things. So I'll put a link in the video at the bottom of the video. My advice to you is if you get excited and you've got a product that you want to launch, take a step back, slow down just a little bit. Make sure that you're using the process to your advantage. Make sure that you are setting yourself up for success when you're taking a product to market because you've done the legwork on the front end, not once your product has hit the market. Once your product's hit the market, it kind of is what it is. Certainly you can iterate, you should iterate along the way, but a lot of times the momentum around a new product is early on in its launch, and you want to launch out into the market in the most successful way you can. And that requires being really intelligent with the bookends of product management.